What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to Scrim School. I am your host, Bobby Sox. What the fuck? That was weird. I'm your host, Bobby Sox. I run these every week. I'm super excited about the guest that we have this week. We're looking forward to talking with Mr. Calico, Mr. Mac Truck, and the man with the beautiful hair, Foureign. Let's bring these fools in here. I got them deafened. We'll get them started. We'll do some intros and definitely ask some questions. What's up, boys? Y'all ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Yep, solid whenever, man.
Let's fucking go. We are live. Let's start it off. Calico, tell about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What got you into this shit?
I live in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio to be exact. I study computer science, computer programming at a community college in Ohio that's directly partnered to OSU, which I'll be going to most likely next year. It's going pretty smooth now. What got me into Destiny was one of my high school friends, my freshman year, got me into it. I started playing around when the game came out year one, and I've just been playing ever since, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. So I am actually in tech, and I work in data centers. I'm a data center ops manager. So good fucking job, Brian. Yeah, so I've been doing that for about a decade. It's a great field to get into, dude. Like, solid. It's super solid. All right, once I might need to turn the alerts off or down because they're loud as fuck in my ears. Jesus. Brian, much love, homie. Or I need to set it so that if it's 5, it says phone goes off once. Let's get her going. Eli, let's talk about you. What you got?
I'm from Louisiana. I got into Destiny and Destiny 1, and I've played since the entirety of it. Played Destiny 2 as a big PvE guy until Forsaken came out, and then I got into PvP.
Okay.
I just, I kind of shoot things and have good teammates to carry me through stuff, so yeah.
You were a PvE main too? Damn, son. I think everybody's a recovering PvE main, not gonna lie. I think that's kind of the tradition for Destiny players. All right, so I don't know if you guys have tuned into a Scrim School before. Pretty much what it is it's an open forum. We ask some questions about the game, state of the game, what you enjoy, what you'd like to see, improved on, and then we open it up to chat, and chat gets to ask their questions, and I'm sure they're gonna have a ton, and then we follow it up by hopping on the map of the week, which, thanks to Mr. Mac Truck, we are going to be playing on Dead Cliffs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And we're going to discuss like map awareness, cheeky little peak spots. In Calico's case, how to just steamroll the fuck out of somebody. All right, so let's jump into it. So I always like to ask this question first off. How do you feel about the current state of the game? Like, what brings you back to playing?
I consider myself exceptionally better than the average player, so not necessarily that brings me back, but I like toying around with things that are niche but at the same time incredibly good in the right player's hands, so that makes me come back. The state of the game right now is kind of poor. A lot of grenade launchers. Sniper rifles kind of dominate right now, Dawn Blades, etc., but it's not that bad. There's been moments that have been equally as bad, in my opinion, like Lord of Wolves, for example.
Oh my god, Lord of Wolves was way worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Eli, what you got?
Let's see. State of the game, like Cal said, it has been a lot worse in the past. My only issue is it seems like Bungie is kind of just taking their time with talking about, issues that need to be discussed. Like, mountaintop grenade launchers, they're the usual things.
Yeah.
Kind of like just my friends get me back in like playing the game. That's why I played the game in the first place. And I'm not playing with friends and I'm probably not on the game. Just,
I mean, and
one of
that's
those
what,
games that when you and your friends are all above average at it, it can be quite a lot of fun.
even if you're not above average, this game is so much better to play with friends. I've realized that like over the last 7 years or however long it's been going now. Something about this game is like it's like crack, man. It pulls you back no matter what you try and get away from it. You know,
Yeah.
I've tried to figure it out. I've quit it. I came back. I've quit it. I've came back. I've been playing this franchise since the first look alpha of D1. And
Damn.
yeah, we're talking about like back on PlayStation where you could only go up 5 levels, and back when the original Titan Super was a moving bubble.
Ha!
Dude, it was
I
so
actually wish
bad.
that would have came into the game. That'd have been nice.
It was so broken. You literally just popped the bubble and then walked with it. Like,
It sounds just interesting. Could you shoot through it?
no,
Like a
you couldn't
Reinhardt
shoot
shield?
through it, but
Okay,
you could
alright.
walk into an entire group of ads, and then the bubble would stun as they pushed you.
Nice.
So like you just
What
sit there
the
and
hell?
you just turtle truck it like down through the lanes. It was
Tonight,
awful.
I'll be eating
Absolutely
That's
awful.
intense. I'd never heard that.
Yeah, it was wild. It was fucking wild. And obviously they changed it for that reason, I'm sure. Because you could tank anything. You just cruised with the bubble. Like Hunter's, the only thing that you had was Golden Gun. It was like I didn't even touch Warlock, so I don't know what it was, but it was you had just the first part of the Cosmodrome. Like where you land and find the ship. That's all you had. That's all you could cruise around in. Yeah, and I spent I don't know 2 weeks trying to break it to see if I could find anywhere else that I could escape to. Like,
Yeah, little Easter eggs like that. That's what takes me back, like with nostalgia in Destiny
Mhm.
1. A lot of it was kind of mysterious. The game, in a sense, it's a lot less. You get that feeling a lot less now.
yeah, absolutely. That's and that's definitely something we're gonna get into tonight. Because I 100% agree. Let's talk weapons. Because you guys are both Scrim tourney players, you both have quite a bit of experience. What would you say? How many tournaments have you played in? Give a rough estimate.
Huh. I mean,
20s probably.
Okay.
10s, 20s,
Okay.
I think.
I'd
I
say
mean, like,
through late days, Destiny 1, Year 2, and most of Year 3 and D2, probably 60,
Damn.
something along those lines.
This is gonna be a great one then.
A lot.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk tourneys. I want to talk scrims. Roles is a big one that I think we should definitely dive into today. Because I'm sure that question is going to come up. How do you adapt to roles on like 3v3, face it, things like that?
If you don't have rangefinder on a dire promise or spare rations, you adapt around the playstyle. You don't play as far back. You play your ranges. A good player will adapt regardless. If you have that role, though, you have rangefinder, opening shot, which in my opinion is the best role you can get. You're going to be playing the ranges that is more advantageous to you. You'll obviously have an advantage having rangefinder, opening shot over the next person having rangefinder overflow, for example, because that slight bonus from opening shot means a lot. That's why I wish exotic hand cannons were more prevalent, except for Thorn. Thorn on Titan's obviously insane because it doesn't have Icarus on it, so you're not going to use it on classes that are have a lot of in-air movement, like Hunter, for example.
Mhm.
You're not going to use Thorn on Hunter. You're going to be using it on Titan because it's very linear. You're on the ground a lot. You're not really going to be in the air a lot, so taking advantage of Thorn in that class is pretty huge.
Absolutely.
I wish Ace was better.
Right.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I'm hearing hints and rumors that 140s, 110s are gonna get some love, and hopefully 180s as well. Because call me crazy, I fucking love malfeasance.
I heard.
I think
Malfeasance?
is so much fun.
Damn, isn't that a 180?
It is.
Are 180s getting shown love or what?
I hope
No?
so. I know that Dylan said for sure that 110s are. He kind of did a cheeky little like, make sure to keep your 110 rolls from your next Iron Banner.
Right.
But I mean, I couldn't imagine them changing 110s, but not giving anything to 140s or 180s. They're in such a bad spot.
True.
150s are broken and overpowered, man.
I swear, I will kick you from here right now.
Yeah, I just can't stand it. I mean, honestly, you have to think about it, right? Hand cannons only take 3 headshots to kill. Auto rifles only take 8.
Yeah.
More bullets to kill, so it's not as powerful.
Well, let's be real. Auto rifles take 8, but you can also put 10 in the body by the time it takes 3 to the head.
I love that
scout rifle
logic so
range.
much. I actually heard that logic from a guy on. I saw a comment on Reddit, actually using that as a reason to hate on hand cannons. Started laughing. It's crazy, man. People use anything in their power to hate on it.
Oh yeah, well it's because hand cannons are high skill. I had a conversation in Nomad's Discord yesterday or today, and they were asking about Crucible help, and they're like, hey, I see a lot of the top tier players using hand cannons. I'm absolutely terrible with them, but I'm really good with an auto rifle. Should I pick up hand cannons? And I was like, here's the deal with autos. I go, autos are low risk, high reward. I was like, what? Because they said they wanted to play it in a high level. I was like, okay, what do you mean by high level? Do you mean something like scrims, face it, tourneys, or do you mean high level as in like, as in something like high comp trials?
Yeah.
And they're like, high comp and trials. I was like, run your auto, because in this meta, autos are where it's at.
100%.
It's so easy to win your fights. I was like, if you ever plan on doing scrims or tourneys, you need to learn hand cannons. You got to learn hand cannons.
For sure. If they mean like playing at a high level, for example, if they're not talking about sweats and they're talking about trials and Iron Banner, etc., just use Gnawing Hunger, man. Gnawing Hunger, Chaperone, Gnawing Hunger. Just use Gnawing Hunger.
Yeah.
Gnawing Hunger. Just use it.
That's really what it is. It's gnawing, or if you're lucky and you get a summoner, and run that too. But I mean, gnawing's so easy to get and farm for that it's like.
Yeah, gnawing with kill clip is the strongest gun of all time, dude.
It's
Like,
hammerhead and hammerhead and
it's
primary.
nuts.
It is 100%. So we got Cal. Eli, what do you like to use? What's your normal loadout?
Well, like Cal talked about that Godroll rangefinder opening shot dyer. I do have one of those. The max range. It feels almost dirty to use because there's those ranges you can 3-tap people that no one else can 3-tap you at. And it's just like, am I actually good at the game, or is this just free kills?
Right.
And then, I mean, really any shotgun with quick draw. So of course Fellwinter's is big because, well, it's a god roll and it's Fellwinter's. But
Yeah.
I'm a big shotty player. I've never been a fan of sniping. I always thought that sniping was scummy and easy to use, and I did not like the play style.
Okay.
Very boring to me. But I've always been a big hand cannon shotgun guy. Most of the time, Hunter, I just kind of run at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what I just do. I just run at you and hope I kill you before you kill me.
Yeah, but Hunter's running at you. Just look up.
Classic
That's
crush.
That's kind of the trick to it. Look up. You'll find him.
I played
Fucking
mostly Titan in D1 and then early on D2. I played a lot of Titan, and I actually have a lot of time on all 3. But Hunter, I had the most fun at.
Hunter's
Fun.
Hunter's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So I've got about 1,800 hours on a Hunter, and no, I'm at like 2,000 now on a Hunter, and like 300 or 400 on a Warlock. I don't know what it is about Titan. I cannot play a Titan. I can't
Play Titan.
I can't play a Titan.
Titan needs more love in D2.
I thought it was brain dead easy, man. A
It
lot of
is,
people
and
make it
that's
sound
why
like
I
that.
can't play it, man. I'm telling you.
There's a misconception about Titans, man. Titans are really strong against bad players.
Yeah. To be fair, I can't play a Titan because I don't have Doom Archers. How's that?
People don't play Titan properly because they lack the ability. They don't know how to use shields properly and how
Yep.
beneficial they are to the class. If you use shields properly, that's Titan's entire game. Use your shields right.
Yeah, I don't think Shield should have gotten nerfed like they did, to be honest.
No, not at all.
They didn't get nerfed. They got buffed.
Well, whenever you
Right.
got you shotgun them, did more damage to them or something? Like they did that.
Yeah,
where-
shotguns do more damage, but if you get close to my shield to shotgun it, I'm gonna slide through it because I'm playing a VPN, right? and I'm gonna lag my ass
Yeah.
off. I'm gonna slide through it, and I'm gonna shock and melee you every single time, and it's gonna work. You know, if you're shooting that with your primary, Titan's shield's got an extra how much health? Like 500, 1,000. So
With
primaries
primary,
don't
yeah.
do critical
Secondaries,
damage
no.
to shields. So, you know, if you're spamming that with a grenade or with a primary, it's actually a buff, which most people end up doing.
Unless they're running Gnawing Hunger, and then
Unless they're running Gnawing Hunger, and then it, you know,
it just
destroys.
peels through it.
Yeah, one mag will take out a shield.
Yep, it just rips straight through it. I mean, you both obviously have your main classes. What's one thing you'd like to see buffed in each of your classes to make it more viable in scrims and in tourneys?
Well, the main issue with Titan currently is Hunter and Warlock have error correction, which Hunters have Shade Step, right? You make a mistake,
Yep.
you can Shade Step out of it. Dawnblade, you make a mistake, you can skate away, or you can use in-air movement to back up and do like aerial movement. Titans don't have that. Basically, if you make a mistake, you're dead. If you slide a lane that you shouldn't have slid, you can't Shade Step away, you can't back up. The only real option is to pop a shield, and if you're standing in on a solar grenade, I mean, you're fucked.
Yep. Or just push forward. So what you're saying is Twilight Garrison needs to come back. That's what I just
Twilight Garrison, or some sort of
You know what
movement.
though? I do have a couple friends that are Titan mains. They play hammers, and they use the
shoulder charge, right?
Yeah, they use the shoulder charge to get them out of situations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll shoulder charge to jump up on a ledge, or shoulder charge to get out of a lane quicker.
My only issue with that is I've tried it before. The movement advantages are great, but the thing that makes Titan so strong is bottom tree strikers knockout.
Yep.
And when you don't have knockout and you end up using shoulder charge, you're killing your entire neutral game at that point, sacrificing so much for so little in retrospect. It's just too much of a sacrifice.
Interesting. All right, Eli, what you got? Your character, what if anything you could see buffed?
I jump high.
Yeah, man. Fuck. I think. Let's see. This is a tough one, cause like, you know, most shit about Hunter is just fucking broken, right?
Yep.
I never really liked the fact that both dodges had different animations, cause I felt like it's kind of a weird thing for me to say, but it's like you dodge so much further with the melee dodge. Why even use the reload dodge?
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
That's always my thing with it. And
Well,
it's
you'll see
like
in high
I don't play
levels,
Night
nobody
Stalker,
uses reload.
so I don't get like, you know, I think smoke dodging is scummy, so I
Mhm.
don't play Night Stalker. But I think that for like the other classes like Golden Gun and Arc Zap, having the normal, you know, dodge all around would be nice. And also, there's been a dodge bug that's been in the game since the beginning where you dodge in first person, and it'd be nice to see that actually fixed along
Right.
with other bugs. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk. We talked buffs. Let's talk nerfs. What do you think is most broken on your own class? Because you know it the best. It's a hard one, I know. It's a hard one.
Dune Marchers, the chain radius is
There.
It
Just got buffed though. Let's be real.
I basically every Titan going for Forsaken, people knew the striker buff was huge. People knew it was powerful, and when they switched over to it, they didn't really grasp how strong knockout was initially. So they used lion rampants a lot of the time because there wasn't really anything else to use. I used Dune Marchers with middle tree striker and would purposely slam into groups of 2 people in sweats, and I would always kill one guy, and everyone would complain about it, yada yada, that exotic's broken, etc. And then people started using it on knockout, and it became insanely good. The synergy is insane.
Mhm.
It was good for a while. You know, the chain was like, okay, I got chain killed, yada yada. But recently, after they buffed it and almost doubled the range, it also brought a bug with it too, where a lot of the time it double damages now. It's only supposed to do 90.
Where it chains
A lot
back
of the
again.
time, a lot of the time it's doing 180, like it's chaining twice on the same guy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
shit's broken.
It's
Yeah,
very
so that's-
broken.
Yeah.
That's about it for me when it comes to striker.
So before we dive into to Eli's, I think because I just remembered what I'd like buffed on. I play both, obviously, Hunter and Warlock, depending on what the scrim requires. You know, if we have a team of 3 Hunters, I'll switch to Warlock. On Hunter, I'd like to see Spectral Blade's hit reg get buffed. Not tracking,
No.
but hit reg. Dude, there are
Spectral.
so many times where I've launched into somebody, lights attacked, heavy attacked, light attacked, heavy attacked, 0 damage.
Oh, that's a melee. That's a melee hit registration.
Yeah, 0 damage. That not tracking. The tracking on its is the other side of the spectrum
Mhm.
where I think it needs a bit of a nerf. But from a
Yeah.
buff perspective, the hit reg needs some love. I've trucked through people and I've lost plenty
You get
of fights.
the noise, right? You
Oh,
get
yeah.
the connection noise, but it doesn't do any damage. It happens all the time. Yeah,
Yep.
it's ridiculous.
That's like most supers that have like the hit with a melee, like striker,
melee based.
arc.
Yep.
Yeah, arc, you know. Like the radius that they hit's not what they actually hit. It's like around it.
Yeah, and then for Warlock for a buff, I'd like to see Top Tree Storm get a speed boost.
That's the one with chain lightning, right?
Yep. Yeah, but if you're just floating around, you're cruising walking speed.
I could see it. I could see it. If they would do that, I could see it. But what do you think about Top Tree Dawn, man?
You know, call me crazy. I thought Top Tree Dawn was boring. I played it for a while. The movement is so much fun with the Icarus dash, but to me it's cheap and it's not as viable in a neutral game or in supers.
Neutral game.
I mean, getting out of it, yes, but like, I think that the fire, whatever it is, the chromatic, whatever the fuck it's called, where you launch the fire, I think that's broken.
Yeah.
Tracking on it's stupid. You can hit somebody behind the wall.
Oh yeah.
But
I
the
thought you meant neutral game as like it had a weak neutral game. I was like,
no.
whoa, that.
No, I was
Yeah,
saying
the
it's
best
a
neutral
great
game in the
neutral
game.
game. Yeah, it has a great neutral game because you can tag somebody around the wall and then drop a nade and you can wipe the whole team. But I think their super hit registration for Dawn is not worth the trade-off. I run Storm or I'll run Nova. One, it's way more fun to watch chains of Arc Web.
Okay, so you're a Stormcaller guy.
Yep. Or I'll run Nova with Devour and ape in with a shotgun. Shotgun melee, get my health back.
Yeah.
And then take out the next guy.
A lot of the times you'll see good Dawn Blades, like you'll see Panda or Potato, the way they use their Dawn Blades is sort of passive aggressive. They'll put people into a corner where they can't get out of, and they'll just stand there and use their Icarus dodges to quickly get around a corner and then like throw it at the wall as like an as like an explosion instead of like a direct impact.
Yep.
To corner people to where they can't get out a lot of the time because the hit reg can be kind of wonky.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you do it that way, oh man, it's unstoppable.
Well, they've clocked so many hours figuring out their class perfectly in sweat settings, in scrim settings, in tournament settings that it's like they've got it completely nailed down.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of what's strong in their class.
All right, Eli, what you got? What's one thing that needs to be nerfed? with Hunters?
Two things really. I think that disorienting blow arc staff melee is broken. It needs to be nerfed, and I think that smoke nades need to be nerfed. Anything that hinders
disorienting blow needs to be nerfed.
Smoke nades.
Oh, smokes for sure.
Yeah, because any like disorienting blow, if you hit somebody, they can't do anything. So it just stops movement, shakes their screen. They can't see anything.
Yeah, but
It's
if you're a
just
good
free
player,
kill.
if you're a good player, you know.
Even
how to
if you're a
combat
good
those.
player, it just straight up freezes you. It's like what stasis is gonna be. It just hinders movement ability. Same thing with smoke nades. It's a free kill. You hit someone with a smoke nade.
Yeah.
Also, with double regging, Calico did 1 million damage with a smoke nade to Maz and Attorney.
I saw that.
The
That was
funniest
amazing.
shit ever.
I don't know why that
But it's-
happens. It doesn't.
Dude, the tick was like 90 damage per second. It was horrid.
It did a shit ton of like direct impact, right? Like the direct impact is only supposed to be 10.
Yep.
But for some reason it did 10 200 times, and it one shot. It happened to me in trials
Maz
as
is
well.
in chat and he just says pain.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, Maz just
He's
says
aware.
pain.
Crazy.
Yeah, but that's more bug than anything else. I mean, I think D1 smoke nades were better than D2s. I do.
Yeah, they trap
D1?
more, right?
Yeah, they trap more but did less damage. Like they had a longer delay, but they trap more. So like it held you in there longer, but it didn't do as much damage. If that makes sense.
I can see it. I don't play Hunter that often, to be honest. Foureign, you play Hunter, right?
Yep.
Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
there you go.
I don't, dude. I don't even play Night Star like Spectral. I always thought Smoke Dodge Smoke was so scummy. Like I just didn't want to rely on my smoke nades to get kills, and
I mean,
I'm
if it's
shitting
broken,
my
why not use
sniper
it?
anyway.
If it's strong, why not use it?
Yeah.
Screw it. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Another issue I always had is that I'd throw a smoke instead of meleeing when someone's like point blank, and that messed me up a lot. But I'm just shit, so it is what it is.
Right. It's all about practice. This game is so easy. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. This game, in a nutshell,
for
doesn't
sure.
really have a competitive aspect comparatively to like the other esports games, and that's a great tangent to go into. What would you guys change to make it more competitive? Do you think that could actually make it an esports game?
An esports game?
Yeah.
Probably. That's a tough one because there's a lot of issues like in the core game, like melees, hit reg,
Dedicated servers for a start.
flinch, game modes. Because what doesn't make it competitive is, for the most part, not having an objective. There's a reason why you see in COD that TDM isn't played in competitive because it's naturally not competitive. You see them playing, hardpoint, dom, search. Destiny doesn't have hardpoint, dom, or search. Control is an amalgam of team deathmatch and domination. If zone control came back, that'd be nice. If hardpoint existed like King of the Hill from Halo, it'd be pretty competitive. But yeah, the game modes. Clash isn't competitive. That's the only thing holding the game back, pretty much. That and core mechanics like melees being dog shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's too handholdy. I really do. I think it's too handholdy for sure.
Yeah. I like my big thing is one hit kill abilities should not they should really not be in the game except for things like supers and heavy. And I don't think heavy should be in Crucible. But
Interesting.
just being able to randomly get one hit across the map, it's kind of like, what can you do, right? That's why I've been a big advocate of sniper nerf.
Yep, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Wait, Foureign, I thought you snipe.
Fuck no, dude.
I don't play. I don't play against you, but I thought you snipe.
No, because our team's me, Maz, and Tadium. Tadium's a sniper.
Yep. I don't think they should remove snipers, but Valcor made a really good point. He says adjust the aim assist on snipers. Like no more bullet magnetism on them. Make them an actual skilled weapon. Where if you miss, you're hosed. Like not if you miss within 5 inches of the guy's head.
Yeah, I mean that comes down to flinch. That comes down to how the flinch works. Not having scope bobble and controllers being as strong as they are with snipers. Like, if you use a controller with a sniper, it's actually like jokes, and it's funny too because most of the people that use a controller, you'll notice that they're not using a shotgun.
Yeah.
They're using a sniper because of how powerful and how easy and strong it is. It's absurd. Yeah, absolutely absurd. That's got to change.
That's why it's there's only one of them allowed in Scrim in tourneys is because could you imagine having 2 to 3 on a team? It's like trials. It's too slow, too passive. It's just boring, really. It's a lot more fun to push and dive. And I'm a sniper player, don't get me wrong. Y'all are gonna hate me for this. I am a controller player.
Nice.
But
classic.
Let me explain why. I switched between PS4 and PC. So I just came over to PC like 2 months ago.
It's like I don't hate on controller players. It's only when it's like abused at a high level. But generally, it's who cares. But
Yep.
you know.
The people that hate on are the people that came from console, tried to compete on M&K, were not successful. Like got
Damn,
got
alright.
first rounded every time. They came back and are top
Damn,
players.
you're talking mad shit right now.
Right.
You're about to get clipped.
Hey man, clip me. I said it.
Yeah. So I've had this conversation a lot.
Jeez.
The controller versus M&K argument is a lifelong argument, and I always like to address it. And I got a really good conversation with Drewski and Nomad. We were talking about it one day, and it was like the state of the game and the ecosystem is so low already. Why the fuck would we start hating on somebody else's input source and push more people away? Like, each side has its own benefits, right? If obviously M&K has a way higher skill ceiling, and especially in engagements, close range engagements, your movement, a controller play can't do it. If you jump over somebody's head, they're
Oh
fucked as
yeah,
a
for
controller
sure.
player. They can't look up.
That's why you don't see controller players shotgunning, because they're at a disadvantage. That's why you see them sniping. You know what I mean? Because
I throw shotties on and I'll run it, but I also have
yeah.
put enough time in to know, okay, if there's a Titan charging at me, he's going to move this way. If there's a Hunter flying at me, he's going to jump up right before me.
You're at a disadvantage there.
Oh yeah,
if you're
absolutely.
using a shotty on a controller, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
But it's also, I need to learn it. I need to see the best I can. There's a couple guys that I run with, like Sierra. Sierra is a Sentinel Shield Titan that runs shotgun, and he can hold his own against most controller players in engagements. Most. Don't get me wrong. But you're right. And the flip side of the coin is the aim assist on controller is obviously better than M&K. You know, and with the way flinches in the game, 2 shots to your body bounces you back off their head. That's how it works out. So it's like they both have their ebbs and flows, but I think the whole idea of hating on M&K versus controller is just such a useless thing with the state of the game that it's in. Like, we want people to play. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean banning. I don't agree with banning controllers. That's not the issue. It's sniper rifles right now. It's not.
Yep.
Sniper rifles, especially beloved, it's been oppressive in like the sweat scene for a long time. That's why for the most part I don't even I don't play in tournaments anymore because of that reason. It's just not fun. As a shotgunner, it's just not fun. Snipers are so oppressive, you're fucked.
Well, I mean, let's look at the last 2 tourneys. Sergio couldn't use a sniper, and they still won with a shotty, and he's on controller.
Oh yeah, he plays off of his teammates very well. He's smart. You know, he's not ass. He's obviously a good player.
Team play and chemistry are so important, and they've played together for how long now?
Yeah, he knows how to play with them. He's not a bad player.
Yep, exactly.
He's really the only exception though. Everybody else that's tried to do that has gotten ran over hard.
Well, didn't Leclerc have to run as a shotty and he still got top 3?
Did he? I thought he got ran over.
No,
no hate towards him. I'm just saying, I thought he got ran over.
I didn't think he even played in the one where you couldn't snipe on controller, because I know they were complaining about that on Twitter.
I remember that, actually. I take that back. I remember. Yeah. It's a weird one, man. I'd like to see a buff to movement on controllers, but a reduction to aim assist, if that makes sense.
I mean, specifically with just snipers, really. I mean, this is a topic I could go on forever on, but it's pretty much the same things. You know, it's snipers are strong in a controller's hands. You know, shotguns aren't necessarily strong. They're ass. You know,
right,
etc. etc.
Yep, you know? It's that age old. Everybody's had this conversation, especially recently. It's been blowing back up on Twitter again.
Yeah,
you know, it's always that focus on, you know, whatever we can target for the day.
For sure.
Twitter in a nutshell. All right, let's reel it back in. This is always a fun one for me to ask. What weapon would you bring back from D1? Preener.
Probably Thorn. Skill gap is the highest.
Okay. I love Thorn, D1, Preener. That shit was nutty.
D1 Thorn is nuts.
What you got, Eli?
Foureign, did you even play D1?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
I got big into D1 because, let's see, fuck, what I was like 12 when it came out, I think.
Oh,
I
so
played, I played it with my IRL
voice.
friends.
You hear the high voice like running it.
Yeah. I just like, I know that it's last word, yes. If I just want it to be good on M and K, because I don't like the fact. I feel like I haven't even touched it since it's been there, and it's just one of those guns that last word's always been around for Destiny. It's kind of a shame that like it's around now and not usable on a certain input device.
Yep. And it's very much a certain input device. It got a buff for controllers. It got a nerf for M and K.
I've never heard of a game doing that.
I don't think it was intentional. I think it was the equivalency of like the hard light buff, where they tuned it and they were like, well, shit. And then, but a lot more people had hard light because you could buy it from Xur, versus last word where you had to go do the quest line and shit. That's kind of my thought, is there wasn't as many people using last word for them to tune it back. But I think I'm a shit person. I want pre-nerf Mythic Blast to come back.
Yeah, the 3-tap.
Dude,
I thought it was Suros or something like
No,
that.
no.
I don't know.
Pre-nerf
I
Mythic Blast.
I know what you mean. 56, but holy
that
shit.
thing shredded.
Oh, I know.
I
had it.
remember. Yeah, I remember the month or 2 months before it was nerfed, and Crucible was just unplayable. It was like the equivalency of fucking
PS3.
laser tag. Yep. Oof.
Fucking crazy. Yeah. I didn't get a PS4 until House of Wolves. I just played on PS3 because I was like, I was pretty casual.
Right. That one or No Land Beyond for exotics. That'd be the other one that I want back. I think No Land Beyond.
No
played really
Land.
well.
I think it'd be rough, man, because
The way flinch works, especially now.
I don't know, man. It's a little rough around the edges.
It was more of a high skill, high reward sniper though. Let's be real.
After they
It was
changed the flinch aspect, that thing for a little bit didn't get flinch.
Yep.
But I mean, I'd probably still rather play sidearm meta than the meta we currently have. I'd rather get sidearm than mountaintop than play cheaters though.
Yep.
To be honest.
Yep. 100%.
The
agree with that one.
Wormwood.
Wormwood. That was a good one too. Holy shit. What else am I think for a non-exotic, I'm a sniper. I want Haro Defiance of Yasmin to come back. Like, if you bring King's Fall back, you gotta bring me that sniper.
I'm brain dead. You gotta enlighten me. Remind me of Defiance.
This is the King's Fall sniper that you got from War Priest.
Yep.
The one without a scope, right?
Yeah.
All right, got you.
That thing was amazing. I as soon as I got it, I never took it off. I used it in PvE. I used it in PvP. Never took it off. Like, I liked it more than the 1,000-yard stare. I liked it more than it.
Didn't have a scope. I mean,
it was a fun one. It shredded too, and the aim assist on it was just stupid.
I liked Black Spindle.
Yes. Yeah. OG Black Spindle was great too.
Yeah.
I used it in Crucible a lot with Doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they nerfed it, I said they should just put in the energy slot in D2. Could have been interesting to see.
Yeah, it would have been interesting back in the day when energy slots were, viable. Yeah. Now you can have a bit of everything in there.
Was a chaperone in the energy slot back then?
Jesus. Yeah, because you couldn't have...
I can't even think.
I don't think there was any shotguns in the primary slot.
No, they weren't.
Specifically
all
primary or
scouts.
specifically...
Yeah, scouts, pulse, hand cannon. That was all on the primary, and then all your specials were energy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Universal remote. I'm loving the chat's throwing them all out. They're like Effort Eats Spear, Universal remote.
I abused the hell out of Effort Eats.
Yeah.
When they brought back whenever they put Revoker in the game, I said they should just bring back Icebreaker. It's just the same thing but exotic.
I don't want them to bring back Icebreaker because if it's an exotic, it's not gonna get sunset. Call me crazy. That might be I might be the fucking minority here, but
yeah,
I don't
Icebreaker
want to see
doesn't
Icebreaker
come back.
I really don't.
Infinite ammo, def not. I can't imagine a guy with like Thai letters in his name, his level 0 Steam profile cheating with an Icebreaker. It's just not fun.
Yep. Well, let's hope that on this new engine there's a little bit extra on there. Scotto, whisper me or jump into my Discord and DM me. Sorry, I just saw what you were saying. I'm watching chat pretty closely still. Because I'm happy to help. I don't think Icebreaker should come back. I'm excited that things are getting sunset.
Not.
I really am. I think Revoker could have been a very, very good sniper if it rewarded you for a hit and not a miss.
It should give you ammo back for getting a kill, not a miss.
Absolutely.
The perk itself is anti-competitive.
Yeah, the perk itself
Not Forgotten
is risk.
Not Forgotten was for the most part high risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was the highest skill weapon at the time, and it was too much for the most of the player base, especially on console, which it got nerfed specifically of. On PC, it was like the skill gap from Not Forgotten to player was so insane. Like you'd have people like Rad that were just like fucking nuts with it.
Are you talking back when it was still a 180?
Yeah, when it was still a 180. Yeah, like you'd have people that were obviously way better than everybody else with it.
Yep.
And then you had console, which like everybody was the same exact way with it. So it resulted in a problem, you know, and they nerfed it because of console. Like stuff like that just pisses me off because like they ruined PC because of that.
Yep, different sandboxes.
Yeah,
Not Forgotten's why I got into scrims, and fucking Rad's the reason I got into scrims in D2, man. Not Forgotten
was awesome.
Such a good meta.
It was
badass. Great. I miss that meta for sure. All right, let's talk game modes. What would you guys bring back? It doesn't have to be a raid. Like I'm looking for an answer other than a raid.
Yeah, we're both gonna say zone control.
Yeah, zone control all day. Like I said earlier, like the game will never be taken seriously without a game mode. The Destiny skill gap comes to prediction, right? And that's a lot of the time is thrown out the window in Clash. You know, it's
well, I mean, everything is a subset of Clash, like in anything competitive right now.
Yeah, like, exactly. You know,
Supremacy is Clash with extra steps. Like, Survival's Clash, but you lose lives. Control is pretty much Clash because nobody ever actually captured zones.
Yep. Zone control would help a lot. Zone control and bringing King of the Hill, that'd be nice. I mean, I'd imagine that'd be pretty hard to code because they'd have to add zones for every single map and yada yada.
Call me crazy. I want Rift back.
Oh, Rift was fun.
I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, Rift was fun. So
yeah, Rift was a blast. Rift was the jam because it was super original and it forced you to actually like play the objective.
Yeah, I mean, one of my memories back in D1 was going for the bungee bounty in Rift. You know, having to play. I forgot that was a map called. It was like shit. It was like on a Earth, right? And it had like that like tunnel area, etc., etc. It had like broken buildings, pretty much, like wrapped around. I remember Rift on that map was insane.
Yeah, is what fuck? Why do I want to say Last Exit?
I was gonna say
not Last Exit,
but I don't think it's
Asylum. It was a good map. You know, it was fun for Rift. It was nice. But back then, the meta was good. I didn't mind it. You know, Doctrine of Passing, not bad.
That was a fun time, and I'd love to see D1 come back to that. I really
wasn't
would.
for 30 FPS. I'd be
right.
Oh man, D1 would be
Could you imagine having like D1's what's the word I'm looking for? Reward system. Let's be real.
Rewards? Yeah, I don't like tokens.
Yeah, well, I mean, beyond tokens is like if you wanted a certain weapon, you ran the Nightfall, and you could get like higher stuff, you know. And the Nightfalls were fun to keep running. Like, if you wanted something from the raid, they were fun to keep running. Like, I played a Titan in D1 just so that I could do King's Fall and have Weapons of Light. That was my thing, you know. It sucks that like there's no real incentive to run anything.
Yeah, raid gear, and the way the reward system was back then, like skeleton keys. I think that's what it was. Yeah, skeleton keys. You could open up like different strike chests and different strikes that have different loot, and it wasn't locked to Nightfalls. You could just run the strike playlist. It actually gave you an incentive to run the playlist. No one runs strikes now, dude. Like, fucking cares about strikes.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks, man. It really does. I'm hoping that something comes back with Beyond Light that makes it a little bit more fun to play. makes it
I
a
think
little bit
Beyond
more
Light's
fun to
gonna
get
be good.
engaged too. What are you guys looking forward to with Beyond Light? Like, how do you feel about the supers? Let's talk about stasis.
I don't know, man. I think PvP is gonna be that's gonna be rough, a little rough right there. But you know, I mean, I use bullshit. Like I like abusing bullshit and pissing people off with it. Like that's what I enjoy doing. I mean, it's kind of cynical, but that's literally why I play the game.
Yep.
So if it's something that's like semi, at least like a little skill gap to it, I mean, all right. But I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's probably gonna kill PvP, but it'll probably be really good for PvE. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm dealing with some bullshit.
Nah, you're good. I don't know what his opinions are, but
Yeah, what do you got, Eli? What are you looking forward to?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of looking forward to have some more PvE stuff. Because I'm not looking forward to being able to get frozen. Anything that slows down, because like it's a movement-based game. Anything that slows down the movement, even fucking freezing you in space, I am not a fan of.
Yep.
Hey man, I'm ready for that raid race. Hopefully, you know, we'll see who gets worlds first.
raid race.
Yeah. So that the
Right.
cheaters can six-stack the raid race and force an anti-cheat.
Yep, exactly. You know, 6-stacking makes perfect sense, right?
I'm
I was
not a
talking
raider,
with,
dude. I literally I play the game, and that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
don't-
do the raid on day one, but I hope they make that anti-cheat.
No, that's like Redeem's thing. I'm good on that.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. I ain't farming for that. That's for sure.
Yep, exactly. I think I was talking with Calico about it, or not Calico, Glad, and he said that he's not concerned about the day one. He's really not.
Does he know something nobody else does, or what? Because cheaters are gonna ruin that shit.
That's my guess, but I mean, if you think about it, anybody that's doing the day one race, like Bungie looks really closely at who won, how they won, what they did, and most of them, at least somebody is streaming. I mean, they had it last season, or last raid,
Right.
where Garden was beaten by cheaters at first, right? And then Bungie went through it and looked at it, and they were like, oh, well, these guys didn't take damage, so they got to spend as much time as they wanted in there figuring out the mechanics.
So they have countermeasures set up. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to check up on it, and you got to figure how much money comes in on the raid races. Like,
I mean, yeah, I understand that, but man, that's fucked. Like, what? I wish to. I don't know, man. This game without an anti-cheat is just, it's ass.
Yep.
It's ass. Like, no one wants to play it, man.
it is, and I've talked to a couple people, and they told me that the reason that there's not an anti-cheat right now is Bungie is trying to build its own that's specialty tailored. That's not running over kernel, but it's built specifically for this game to have full identifiers. My guess is, and this is just a guess at this point, that it's going to start running over the physics server, because the physics server is going to say, hey, you were on this side of the map, and all of a sudden you're on the opposite side of the map. That's not where you're supposed to be, and they'll bounce it back over. Like, and if it does it again, they'll just kick it from the game. Kind of like how they started implementing the number of respawns in a match. I don't know if you guys have noticed lately, but if you have somebody that respawns more than 4 times, they get a ban message.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, they're doing little things to adjust, but obviously, anything that they put out, they don't want to specify exactly what they're doing, because as soon as they do, a countermeasure can be put in place.
Yeah. I know that I think it was Warzone that did this, but like pressing charges against the cheating companies, I feel like that'd be
Activision.
something easy to do.
Yeah,
Really?
Activision
I
did
mean,
that.
If it was easy, they would have done it by now.
Well, Activision has a lot of money that they can back in lawyers.
I mean,
I
yeah.
guess that's true.
Really, that's what it is Activision has a lot of money they can throw into lawyers, whereas Bungie's an independent studio now. So could you imagine the kind of hit that we would take on the next expansion if they put all their money into suing cheaters? They're cheating companies.
That's fair.
I mean, you ban one, another one's gonna pop up.
Yep.
Yes, whatever. That's not the way to go about things. Just make it. Just put in. I mean, because Modern Warfare's anti-cheat sucks, but at least they put in stuff to counteract certain things. It's not the hardest thing in the world to cheat in the game, but there's at least like what's the word? Like gates, I guess. Like
Mhm.
there's two-step verification. There is an anti-cheat through BattleNet, like BattleNet BattleEye.
Yep.
It detects simple programs. But for Destiny, there's nothing. There's no two-factor.
I'm thinking the physics is gonna do a world of good. I'm gonna put money on it now that physics is going to help a
What's
lot.
physics?
So what the physics engine is the new engine that we're going to on Beyond Light. That's why we're having to completely install the game again. They're switching.
Wait.
They're
So the
switching to
entire game we're gonna have to download again?
Yes.
So explain physics one more time.
So it's called a physics engine. It's like a back end. The way Destiny's set up right now is it runs peer-to-peer, right?
Okay.
In the instance. So it's peer-to-peer based within the instance.
Okay. Got you.
Physics engine is instant based, not peer-to-peer. And then instead of you having kind of control and the system's just running in the background, physics engine takes control of the instance and it learns, and it's like, okay, this guy's died 10 times, he's out. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, okay. It's like this guy teleported across the map, he's out. This dude's got heavy or super already. That's not supposed to happen.
So is that going to result in a host of the lobby situation where if you're not host of the lobby and you manipulate something like your super energy or your ammo counter with infinite ammo or something like that, will it automatically detect that then?
Yeah,
I would assume so.
Yeah,
nice.
because it
wouldn't be peer to peer anymore. You wouldn't be able to alter client. That's nice.
Yeah, and that's what the last squad came out with. That's what they were talking about last Thursday.
I need to read more because I didn't see that.
Well, it was there, and then Vlad had somebody come on and break it down in detail. So it's not a full dedicated server, right, but it's the closest that Bungie can get to a dedicated server without spending the money on the servers. Because it's gonna be it. They warned us in advance though that there are going to be some bugs until it shifts into where it needs to be, where it's going to sit into. We're going to see some bugs until Beyond Light comes as they keep pushing these back-end maintenance.
Okay.
So that was one of the warnings that they put out, and it's the first time Bungie's ever said, hey, heads up, you're going to see bugs.
I mean, I don't even care, honestly.
I don't either. If this fixes
I really don't care. The game is so ass right now.
Yep.
It's like probably the worst it's been in a fucking since like late D1. It's really bad, but
right.
Yeah, they can take as much bugs as they need, man.
If it makes it better next, if it makes it better in the next
100%. Game is.
Yeah, they said that you're re-downloading the game because obviously they're vaulting a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah. To make it easier to load, they're cutting it about in half. Is kind of what the size of the download is going to be. It's going to be in half, and it's going to run on a new engine. So they're also going to allow download the night before as well.
The new engine is actually like a thing, like it's confirmed. I heard it wasn't.
It's an engine, but not. It's kind of like a platform, if that makes sense.
Okay. So
it's not like changing the entirety of the engine because you'd have to rebuild all of your stacks.
Obviously.
And that's a ton of work. That's like a ton of, investment into it. But it's like rebuilding an engine without rewriting the code.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's where everyone's like, well, they're not putting a new engine in. It's pretty much the same as building a new engine without having to rewrite your entire code stacks. Because you as a coder know how much fucking work that is.
100%. That's fucking A.
Mm-hmm. So it's like their stopgap, and if it doesn't work, then God help us put us on a new engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they can take as long as they need to ship that
Yep.
because it's ass right now. I think everybody will agree on that.
Oh, 100%. I think what the worst part is we don't know so much. Like, we see so many cheaters that we don't know if somebody's actually good or if they're cheating. Like, I miss the days where if you got hit with a great shot, you're like, damn, I just got trucked. Instead, you're like, that was a little sus.
Right.
I want to go back to that. Like, you got outskilled. That's the end of it. You know what I mean?
If you want that guaranteed, you'd have to play it like PS5 or I don't follow Xbox, so sorry. I don't know what the specific.
It's like the Xbox One
Names.
XX.
It's literally the Xbox
Yeah.
Series X. Yeah.
Yeah, the Series X.
I don't follow it like that, but I mean, whatever the variation of PS5 is for Xbox, yeah, the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I mean, they're all going to run on the new systems too, which is going to be pretty dope. You know, we'll have to see how it goes.
Not shabby.
Yeah, my fingers are crossed, and I'm hopeful. We got what, 40 days left? I think that's
Jesus,
about where we're
still
sitting
that
right now.
long?
I mean, they had to push it out, but yeah, I think it's about 40 days to
Jeez.
get to it, and I think that we're gonna run into some serious hiccups.
Crazy.
Yeah, but if it's the equivalency of them pulling D3 in for D2, you know, like from that regard, it's I'm down. Like, take the time you need to get this right for us, you know.
For sure.
All right,
100%.
what let's move to one more question, and then we'll go jump into the practical. Let's talk positioning and playstyles.
Positioning and playstyles.
So, like, if you say we'll go with Face It. Eli, have you played much Face It?
I have not since the first week it came back.
Okay, so that makes it a little bit harder.
I haven't played any Face It.
Are you still banned?
It's up soon.
Well, let's talk random teams. I don't know if you've ever played any tourneys where
Like
you don't pick your teams, where you get team assignments, right?
Yeah.
So, same idea.
Adapting to people is
Exactly.
like it's a personal. You know, that's like as a player, it's on an individual basis. Some people are a lot better at it than others. Mostly just people that can like destroy heavy.
Yep.
You know, people that can take you in your backpack and just destroy everybody. It'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
People like that, but
So your play styles are what? More? I mean, I've seen your play style, but chat hasn't heard it. So let's go over how do you mold into teams? Like,
molding into teams. Usually I'm a flanker. A lot of the time I drift off on my team solo.
mhm.
I don't like to stay around the second shotgunner. It's taboo in a lot of ways. A lot of people play Destiny. They hug their their second shotgunner because you're obviously your third would be a sniper. But you know, usually I flank around and try to get people to move. Play mind games a lot of the time. I don't play Destiny like it's usually like played. I play it like very stupid. Which like doesn't work a lot of the time. Sometimes I get farmed. Most of the time, it throws people off.
Yeah. It does though. I mean, the radar pings still screw you up in a competitive setting. You know.
Yeah,
if someone's seeing radar pings on the map, it's still
they
still
turn
there.
around.
Yep.
They focus on it. It's in the back of their head.
Exactly. It's like, well, are they gonna push here? They're gonna push there, and they'll actually jump in and out of scopes. For that reason. Eli, what you got? How do you play? Who do you usually run handhold? Do you separate?
I play overtly aggressive by myself, sort of. I play a lot of attention to me. I just like bait myself. That's what I do. I bait myself, pull a lot of attention, play flashy so that my other teammates can, if I die, my other teammates are behind me gunning the people who are all focused at me. And that's just kind of like what I do. I just always try to be in the front, never have my S key held down. You know how it is.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. I
don't know.
It works.
My ego's too big. I kind of ego challenge a lot of things. So like I'll be going against Sonic and I'll challenge him to every 1v1 I get because that's just the type of player I am. And
I definitely did that in trials this last weekend with Walla, and then I did it again with Omelet.
It was those times you win for an ego challenging people like that.
Honestly, dude, once I got my primary shot better at it, it helps out a lot. But when I go against actual good players, it's a little rough. But
right. It's a little rough. I got my face ripped off by Omelet more times than I could count. It was Omelet and Fizzle. Or no, Omelet and Red. It was Omelet and Red. And I got mopped.
I have Tadium on my team, so if I die, he'll be getting 3 kills.
True that. Yeah, Tadium's pretty nuts. All right, let's open up the chat. Chat, what kind of questions you guys got? Ask your questions. I'm sure Inspirational has a ton. He is a huge FACEIT player. He will probably be the first one that hops in when we do the practical to learn. What you got? Let's see what chat's questions are. Refer to Discord DMs. All right.
What happened?
Oh, just some shitters hopped into Discord, Normal bullshit.
That's classic.
Yep. How does your family feel about you pursuing professional? There's no such thing as professional D2.
Professional D2. I don't know about that one. That man's trolling.
Yeah,
he's
Fletch
trolling
says
his ass off.
professional D2.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd honestly probably beat my son if he actually said that.
If you're glad
is professional,
or
bro.
sweat, sure. Those guys make like 30K a month. But the amount of skill that they have and the following that they've obtained, is very rare. This is not my day job. This is not anything that I would consider as a day job. I do this shit for fun. I just vibe here. Let's see what we got. I'm looking right now.
They're trolling their asses off. Oh my god.
Sure. Sodium says, when is Eli going to play Trials with me again? Whenever you get him off of Tarkov.
Catch me in year 7, man.
Year 7. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let's say you're winning and your opponent team starts making a comeback and your team is starting to get heated and toxic. What do you do to help your team win? That's a good question, actually. I like that one. Let's start with Eli this time.
Whenever, let's say that you have, we actually had to deal with this a lot. We would get an advantage and then we just get so cocky that we'd start throwing it. And it just kind of comes to a point where you got to, all right, as a team, you have to be, okay. It doesn't matter what we've done. We're behind. Slow down, regroup, just try to play as a team more. And then once we can hopefully get some momentum going, then we can pick up the pace and bring it back. It's kind of just just cut it. There's no reason to be toxic mid-match your teammates, especially when it's your turn.
I roast. If anybody's getting shit on my team, I roast them.
I think this is different than roasting than I don't know.
I mean, it's not like it's like
I
do
the same.
Someone is better. If I know somebody can play better than they actually are, and I'm in a tournament, right?
Yeah.
If my teammate is, shit in the bed, and I'm backpacking, I'm not just gonna flat out just, get scary on him. I'm just gonna, let him know, give him motivation or whatever the hell it needs, because sometimes you gotta get aggressive, dude. That's another reason I don't play tournaments anymore, because what's the point of taking it serious? You're playing for $25, who cares?
Yep. I don't know. I usually just whenever we do bad, it's just me and Maz. It's either me shitting the bed or Maz shitting the bed, because Troy's Troy. And so it's just either me calling Maz shit, he can do better, or
Maz just definitely said that in chat too. He says Eli just calls me shit.
I don't usually talk to you. What's your tournament team?
Myself, Maz, and Tadium.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you and Khan played Maz and Tadium in the 2v2 tourney.
Yeah, I know. I didn't go negative a single game. I remember that.
Hey, chat. I know we got some players in here. Let's keep it clean, please. We do have people watching all the time that are from all walks of life here. Like, this is a positive environment. Keep it as such, please. Or that banhammer will be swift. Let me clarify that right now. Yeah, like, this is an experience to learn how to play better, how to get better, how to function more as your team. Keep it as such. I got no problem banning people. Floodage, that's a close one. I mean, that's not an issue as much on PC anymore, but that's kind of shit as it is. I don't really feel like they need to answer that one. What else we got for chat? I'm still watching. I'm sure Inspirational's writing some good ones. He usually asks a lot of them. No, I appreciate it. I think that anything in that culture should be gone. Like, why play video games? Just get the fuck out of these games. Like, if you're willing to ruin someone's life like that, get out. Like, I will never ever support any of that bullshit. No doxing, no doxing, no anything. It is an instant ban. From my chat, from my org, from everything. Like,
what do you think about that, Foureign? What are your thoughts on this topic?
Well, there's individuals in my chat that I just don't really want to, or in Bobby's chat that I just don't really want to say anything about.
I know, I'm watching.
Yeah.
Some of them are already gone. They're already gone.
I'm kind of just gonna stay quiet, but
what?
DDoSing and doxing is a big no, 100%.
Dude, you're getting mad over pixels.
Thankfully, a lot of that shit you can't even, like, on Steam especially, it's pretty much gone, right?
IP hit, that was a good thing that Bungie did.
Was it called again? Relay or some bullshit?
IP relays.
Yeah, I'd honestly rather, like, that's what I was saying about console as well, because it's so, I know how, like, to set up console VPNs, and it's like, it's annoying, right? But I would rather match a cheater than get slammed off.
Oh, 100%.
Like, that's not, hell yeah.
100%. That is exactly, so that's the argument that I get into a lot when people ask me why I switched to PC.
Definitely not.
Because I was like, I have kids that are at home. You know, they do schoolwork at home. Like, if my internet goes offline, they can't do their Zoom calls, they can't learn shit. Like, I'd rather match a cheater that fucks my game up for 10 minutes.
Damn, yeah, you're right. It's a lot worse now than it was back then.
Oh yeah, and now with the new ways that you can do it.
That's actually nuts that you brought that up. That's fucking crazy.
Dude, now with the new ways you can do it, they can hold you offline for weeks.
Well, that's not even new ways, that's been a thing forever, so.
Yeah, it's been that way forever, but people are getting more ballsy with it. They'll slam you so hard your router fries. And, like, as soon as your router's fried, you're fucking out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the way that this shit's going down, like, I'd rather match somebody that snipes my head every single corner I turn for one match that I laugh about because there's no anti-cheat than my kids not being able to learn. Like, or me not being able to do my job
obviously the lesser evil, obviously. I mean, there's more to it though, because, like, if someone gets your shit, they can, geolocate your IP and then you're fucked, dude. Like, they got your address at that point. There's a lot more severity than just having your internet taken off. That's just a dangerous topic.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, not necessarily like direct address. That's like city and whatever.
Yeah, it gives you a range and a pinpoint triangulation on it.
Yeah, not fun.
It's definitely not fun. It is, however, a federal offense.
Yeah, it's never enforced though. If it's a business, then yeah, but it's like residentially, it's fucking.
So one thing that most streamers don't realize is if you're a streamer and you make any money at all while you're streaming, you are a business. You're a business. You are a freelance business, and you are allowed to do that. Hamza, I already know who you are. I have my ear to the ground pretty good. Keep it clean, please. I've left you in here. I already took care of Wavesy. Don't push it. Thoughts on BSK? I think that the doxing and dossing is shit. I think that the taking advantage of women is shit. I do. It's shit. It's better. Like, you guys are getting pissed off about pixels. You know what I mean? pissed about pixels. Like, when is this game ever going to make or break your life? Just play the fucking game. It's not that hard, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, man. We just want to have fun on it. Like,
I
at the end of the day, we get on the internet to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
We play video games to have a good time. We don't need to deal with all this other bullshit.
Right. We're just here to play. We're here to play. We're here to play games. We are. And that's like, I don't know anybody that logs in that's like, I need to ruin these guys' lives right now. Just keep it clean. Like, if you don't like playing this game, don't touch it. If you want to make someone else's life hell, go somewhere else. Like, it's really not that hard. All right, what else do we got for questions? Let's keep it going.
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure we've answered a lot of like the Destiny shit. So.
Yep.
No idea.
All right, we're done talking about that. Let's move on.
No idea.
If chat doesn't have any more questions, I can think of a couple more too.
Foureign, are you in school right now?
I am not in school. I took a gap
not?
year because I was
Shit.
before going to college.
That's...
I don't want to enter an online shit. It's just a waste of time. Like, I just I have all my friends that are dealing with bullshit right now because whether it's because they're all online or because they moved into a dorm and they're getting quarantined. Like, I'd rather wait so I can have a normal, with quotations, normal college experience.
Yeah, I feel that. Zero's asking. Zero's a Titan main. He's saying, how does he get better as a Titan?
Better with what? Better as a Titan.
So Zero is, backstory on him. He's young. He's smart. He has zero gun game. He is a Titan through and through. I punch everything all the time.
I mean, you have to have gun game in any class. Realistically, I mean, the only thing is with Titan is like it's just knockout abuse at that point.
Mhm.
Knockout abuse and shields. That's really the only skill gap with it.
And that's literally what he does.
Not a lot of people can play it though. Like people say that it's easy. It's not that easy.
Yeah, he's nutty as a Titan. That's all he does is.
A lot of niche things with it.
So in a normal, he got 37 melee kills in a single game, and then he got 5 primary kills.
Mm-hmm.
But he uses knockouts, dunes, and he's using Sentinels and Sunspots, which is better. But he wants to learn from you. Like, what do you recommend for him to get better at this game?
Shield placement, damaging for knockouts. That's really it. Like knowing when to fly in and when not to. Pretty much it. Because a lot of people just don't. Because like I said earlier, Titans don't have air correction, so you got to know when you're gonna fly in.
Yeah, absolutely. These questions are actually starting to get really good. Thank you guys. Ape from Forbes says, "Ask Cal what his build is on Titan. What do you build?"
Oh my god. Build.
Like what is your Titan build?
Antiope with Peacekeepers would be like the optimals, and then if that's not it, it'd be Dune March or Thorn. That'd be the best. There's two right there. That's like the main. That's pretty much all you can really use on Titan.
Yeah, because Thorn and Dune Marchers, it procs knockout, doesn't it? Thorn burn.
Yeah,
procs
you two tap somebody. Yeah, Thorn burn will proc knockout. It'll extend it as well. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good. That's why I push people that are playing Titan and scrims to run Thorn. For that reason.
Yep.
Wish says, "How do I hit more snipes on M&K?"
Just hit your shots, forehead.
Very inclusive.
Probably.
Great answer, dude.
If you're new to M&K, probably getting a sensitivity down would be a good place to start.
Do you recommend changing your sensitivity often, or do you recommend trying it out for a couple weeks?
It really it kind of depends on where it's at. I run fairly low sensitivity and DPI. It's kind of all feel, like personal feel, but pick a DPI, stick with that, and then mess with your senses from there. Don't try to change both, too much change is never a good thing. It's kind of just like experimenting. Pick one thing, play with it for a little bit. Think it's too slow or too fast, change it from there.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
placement, sniping is kind of all about placement. You're gonna one hit somebody if you hit them in the head, but don't just be standing still out in the open.
Yeah, we just got a fat
of a
raid
given.
from the homie Halo. Much love, brother man.
It's
Much
kind of
love.
a given. Don't be out in the open.
Yep. Yeah, don't be out in the open. You mean don't sit in lanes? Weird, huh?
Yeah, don't sit in lanes.
Bro says, what is your advice to improve your game sense? Tracking people and know who to shoot first, when to push, and when to back off. That's a good one. I like that one.
I mean, that comes down to just playing the game a lot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That comes down to game sense, playing the game a lot, knowing which engagements to challenge and which. It's not really something you could really give advice on. That's something that's just, that just happens over time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What are those things?
You can give him a kiss on the forehead, Cal.
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Good looking out. All right. Yeah, Eli, game sense. What you got?
Eli and game sense. That's funny.
Bro. All right. Fucking, like Calico said, play the game more, and then something that is like, just watch people play at a high level. Like watch tourney finals. Panda or Boy or Walla, any of those great players. Like it's just it's just things that they see, small things that they see, and how just movement, how the map works. Just like things that they see and do is a lot different from what regular Andy is gonna do in Crucible. So just watch good players. That's
Yep. Exactly. That's and I'll add on to that too. A huge thing is centering. Centering with your reticle is massive. Knowing where the head's going to be, and then place that there. So you're not having to try and flick up, flick down, flick left, flick right as people are running into lanes.
My God, bro, fucking trolls, dude.
Yep.
Favorite Mac trucking setup. So dumb, dude.
I mean, he already answered that one.
Antiope, I guess. Fucking troll, dude.
It works though. Let's be real. What'd you drop? You dropped a 72 in one game using that.
Yeah,
I think
something
I saw
like
that.
that.
On Twitter once. That shit was.
Yeah,
gnarly,
the
dude.
thing is my I couldn't put it on YouTube because I wasn't streaming at the time. Like I did like 2 games before I streamed. My Nvidia settings were set to 1 minute, so I only saved like the last minute of it. Yes.
Dude, I saw the clip, or I saw the screen cap of it, and I was like, "Damn, son." I know, I'm well aware.
No, it's funny. It's not like, I mean, that's fine. That's like, I'll give you
100% Zero. That's one of the reasons why I'm so stoked to have Cal on here, because I'm sure you and Inspirational are probably going to be the first 2 to jump in for scrims, and I think it'll be kind of fun to see y'all go against somebody like Cal and Eli. It's gonna be
when were we gonna start those? Just
you want to get those started if you want?
Yeah, let's get her started. I'm going to throw this on BRB. You guys can go drink some water. Chat if you have any questions, type them in chat, and the guys will answer. They can hear you on the Be Right Back screen. Yeah, let's get it going. We'll start pulling in some people from chat to run some scrims.